Hello, hello, beautiful beings of light. Mwah, happy Thursday. I trust everyone has created an amazing day. I'm going to go ahead and invite a couple people onto the video. Do me a favor, once you tune in, comment below, say hi. If you're catching the replay, then hashtag replay below, because I always love to know who's watching my videos. I'm super enthusiastic to share with you guys tonight. I was waiting for a bit to see what was going to come through. I had a lot of things kind of going on, and then all of a sudden it just came, and then it was flowing, and I have all my notes over here getting ready to share with you guys, so I'm super enthusiastic about it. Give me some thumbs up and some hearts. Say what's up. Comment below, and I'm sending you guys so much love, super positive, high vibes, healing energy. Hey Desiree, how are you? What's up, mama? Hey Robin, how are you, gorgeous? So this might honestly, well, we'll see how it flows. This might honestly be like the calmest that you will probably ever see me in a video, but probably not. I say that, and then I'm getting all excited as I start talking. I actually have the ease returning in my head. That's the conscious way of saying that I have a headache. You guys, if you followed me for a while, you know I'm super passionate about sharing with you guys the power of our language and the power of our thoughts. And so if I'm sitting here going like, I have a headache, well, then I'm affirming and decreeing and communicating to my body that I have a headache, right? And a lot of times too, headaches are from overthinking. And I have been thinking a lot today. I have been supporting a lot of people the last several days with information about my two new programs that are launching. Well, they're not both new. One of them's new. One of them's an older program from 2017 that I created right before I went over to Bali. And I have been communicating, I feel like nonstop, with so many people over the last several days, but specifically today, about those programs. So definitely stay tuned. I'll talk more about that. You can obviously check out too on my timeline. I have posts there, and then I have information on my stories. One is fitness and nutrition related with the workout app, nutrition plan, and the other one is called the 21-Day Mental Diet, which is a brand new program that I just created. Both of them will kick off this Tuesday, May the 31st, right after you guys create an amazing holiday Memorial Day weekend, which I'm sure everyone's super enthusiastic about. Hey, Michelle, how are you, gorgeous? Thank you so much for tuning in live. So good to see you here. So back to what I was saying is, instead of me saying like I have a headache, the conscious way of actually stating that, you guys can use this in your own life, is that I have the ease returning in my head. Okay, so if you have anything going on, you actually want to, or cancel on want, you get to, or choose to say it in a more conscious way that will support you. I use the example a lot as well, where people, you know, a lot of times affirm, I am tired, I am tired, I am tired. Well, chances are if you keep saying I'm tired, you're going to continue to be tired, right? So the conscious way of saying that is, I have my energy returning. And I share that with a lot of my clients and people that know me. That's just like common language for me now. I've been practicing this since I think like 2015. So it's just very common. So instead of affirming I am tired, I invite you guys to use the phrase, I have my energy returning. And you can also say that same thing as far as your health is concerned. If you are having health challenges, AKA if you're sick, right? You would say, I have my health returning. Okay. Or like if you have a sore throat, I have the ease in my throat returning. So we could go on all night. If you require support, feel free to send me a private Facebook message, and I can chat with you guys more about, you know, how to phrase certain things if that resonates with you. Obviously too, I teach this stuff. So if you want to get more in depth with how you can transform your life with your language and things of that nature, reach out and we can talk about it. So comment below, say hi. If you're just now tuning in, where are you tuning in from? Did you guys create an amazing Thursday? What did that look like for you? So tonight, I guess it's nighttime. I mean, it's super bright. I'm actually going live a little bit earlier than I normally do because I have some plans with my mom. And I crushed her workout already, even though I had the ease in my head returning. I got a good workout in. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was about a 7. So it's better than not doing anything at all. And I plan to go tomorrow as well. So I trust you guys got your movement in today, because that's really important, to move your body in whatever way that looks for you. Doesn't have to be lifting weights. That's just what I choose to do. So tonight I'm going to be talking about, are you tired of breaking your own heart? I actually remember when I asked myself that question. I choose to remember, I think I saw like a Facebook meme, or I saw something somewhere. Pretty sure it was on Facebook. This was back in around, I think 2015 or so. And I remember asking myself that question, are you tired of breaking your own heart? And I was having these realizations, and I'm only sharing this because, I mean, it is what it is, and everyone's on their own unique individual journey, and people are in different places on their journey as well. So I love to share from my personal experience and personal testimonial of what I have grown through and how I have, awareness in certain areas now that I didn't have before, and how it actually supported me and transformed my life. I believe that's really, really key. And I also feel that it is my divine responsibility to be sharing these things as well, to support everyone else on their journey if it resonates. Okay, this is not me telling you what to do or what to believe. This is me sharing from my own personal experience and how it might support you as well. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Hey, what's up, Linda? How are you, gorgeous? What's up, Lolo? Thank y'all for tuning in. So my personal journey to freedom through radical epiphanies that I had, and what I'm referring to is what I'm referring to is your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions, or your lack thereof. So my question for you is, if you are in a place in your life where you're requiring support, and who knows what you might potentially have going on. So I kind of just jotted some things down here, I just jotted some things here. Like, for instance, questions. Do you desire to heal your health challenges? If you have any health challenges, you may not. If you do, though, do you have a desire to heal those? Do you have a desire to release body fat and to have the body that you desire if you're not currently living in that body now? Do you desire to feel good about your appearance? Maybe it isn't related to releasing body fat. Maybe you're choosing to actually put on more muscle, or maybe it has something to do. Maybe you have, it could be acne. It could be lots of different things that you might have going on. I'm just throwing out some examples here. Hey, Tara, how are you, hon? Thanks for tuning in. Do you desire to feel peace and happiness and joy and ease and bliss in your current life now? These are just some things that I'm throwing out, for you guys to begin to be aware of and to think about. I believe and I feel that the most important thing, which is why the title of the video is, are you tired of breaking your own heart? And my own personal journey through freedom, through my radical epiphanies of, my own thinking, my belief system, being, so rigid, if you will, being inside of a box in my mind, right? What do they call that? The glass ceiling. And having the awareness that, I was causing my own challenges, honestly, and we all do. We all are the co-creators of our reality. We're co-creating with God. You can use whatever word insert works for you. I say God. Some people say other things, and that's okay. God, source, creator, universe, infinite intelligence, stars, whatever resonates. I had the awareness, and cancel. If you are playing a victim, which I have a video about that, feel free to scroll down my timeline. It was sometime, I think last week, about victim consciousness, or are you a victor? Are you a victor? Are you a victim? And victim consciousness and what that looks like. And a lot of people are still stuck in victim consciousness. And I myself at one point was there too. And so I can completely relate. This is no condemnation. This is actually just me sharing with you guys about my own epiphanies. And I was having my awareness, and I do believe that we all are co-creating our reality. It has a lot to do with our thoughts, which are based on our beliefs, which a lot of times our beliefs are instilled into us when we are very, very young. So we grow up believing these beliefs that really may not even be true for us anyhow. So the saying, whatever you believe to be true will always be true for you, is the truth, right? So the beautiful news and the good news is that you can make a choice at any time to look more further into your beliefs, and why do you believe that, and is that actually true for you, or is that just because that's what your parents believe and their parents believe and society believes, or your friends believe, or what's the norm in society, or what's expected of you. Me, for example, I'm about to be 42 years young next month. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. I've never been engaged. I've never been pregnant. There's lots of things for me that is maybe out of the norm for some people. And that's okay. I do not require conforming to anyone's rules or what anyone believes, is supposed to be for a woman who is about to be 42 years young. And I'm completely okay with that. Now, other people might look and say, oh, well, something's wrong with her, or what. Honestly, I've heard a lot of different things. And what I always say is that everyone is on their own unique individual journey. And I trust and believe in divine timing for my life, and I'm trusting the journey that I'm on. And I'm also very grateful, you guys, of the journey that I've been on, everything I've grown through, and who I am now. And I was having this conversation with my mom not too long ago that I'm actually grateful, because I've had plenty of relationships. I've had plenty of men tell me that they thought I was the one. I've had men talk about they wanted to buy a ring, or they thought I was the one, kind of hinting at, proposal or engagement and things like that. And I was like, no, I just knew that they were not the person that I was meant to be with. So the way that I see it is that we all get to trust the process of our life, get to be grateful for the growth and expansion. Like I said, I'm grateful for the growth and expansion that I've been on in my journey. And I now believe and know that I am who I have always been destined to become. Sure, I have more growing to do, more healing to do, and I'm sure I'll evolve even further, of course. I don't think that, it ever stops, and I also don't believe that anyone's like 100% ever completely healed. I do believe that, there will be things that will come up, you'll be triggered, and you'll have another layer of healing or growth and expansion, whatever way you want to look at that. But the reason I share that is that so many people live inside of a box with certain beliefs, and then they berate themselves. They beat themselves up. They think there's something wrong with them because, they have this belief that it should be a certain kind of way. So I've talked a lot, and I haven't even gotten to the point yet. What I'm trying to say really is, your mind can either be a prison or a palace. How are you choosing to think about things in your life? So thinking about the thoughts that you have will support you in your beliefs. Support you in having the awareness of your beliefs, if that makes sense. So when you start to analyze or become aware of your thoughts, then you can begin to see, well, I'm thinking this because I have a belief about this. So then when you can look at your thoughts and then you can look at your beliefs, well, then you can really ask yourself, well, do I really even believe that? And that's what I'm trying to say here, is that whatever you believe to be true will always be true for you. And so just because you actually have that belief, then you might decide that, hey, I really don't believe that. That's just what I was taught, but that's not really what I believe. And you can decide to transform that belief into your new highest choice, new highest belief. I had, a client that I was chatting with earlier today, and she was talking about how after the video that I did, I believe it was Tuesday night's video, or could have been Monday night's video, that she started thinking more about her thoughts, because that's what the video was about. And she started thinking more about why she was in a certain place in her life. The other point I was trying to bring up was your outer world's a reflection of your inner world. So whatever you have going on in your current reality now will tell you what your beliefs are. Okay. So for instance, if you don't have very much money in your bank account, chances are you have a belief about money that is not serving you very well. If you, I could just use a bunch of different examples, but that's a good one, and that's a main one. So when you look at your outer world and you see what your outer world is, that shows you what your beliefs are, because your outer world's a reflection of your inner world. So if you have certain beliefs about certain things, well, then that's what you're going to be manifesting and creating, or co-creating rather, in your life. I trust that resonates. Give me some thumbs up and hearts if you guys are still on here. What's up, Rhonda? How are you, my beautiful soul sister, if you're still on here? So I kind of got off track, and now let me go back to what I was saying with my notes right here, is that being aware of your thoughts and then dissecting and looking at your beliefs is going to be really important. So she was having the epiphany about where she's at in her life currently. And then she's like, you know what? And she goes, and these are the types of thoughts I have. And this is what we were communicating today on Facebook Messenger. And she says, so now I'm realizing that, these certain beliefs that I have, and that's why this is what's going on in my life. And I was like, bingo, exactly. And of course I was acknowledging her. I was like, this is wonderful. I'm so grateful that, you're making this connection. And now you can rewire that. You can change that belief, and you can, create a new belief around this by doing some inner healing work and whatever all that looks like. And you can shift that. So I believe self-love is the key to transformation, and self-love is also the key to healing. And I believe the more that you can cultivate that relationship with yourself, and the more that you can love yourself, the more that you can actually begin to transform, sort of like a caterpillar to a butterfly. The more that it's easier for you to make these certain decisions, to do different things in your life, to transform, and to also heal areas of your life of where you could potentially be having challenges. So I wrote here again, are you living as a prisoner of your past? So same thing, like in your mind. I love that meditation. I'll be talking about this in a second. The guided meditation where she says your mind is either a prison or a palace. So forgiving yourself honestly is the most important step, because your relationship with yourself is what's going to set the tone for all the other relationships in your life. And so a lot of people are literally battling themselves. They are battling themselves mentally for all the different reasons. They have unforgiveness towards themselves. They have a lot of guilt and shame about maybe decisions that they made in their past. And a lot of times, like I said, it's like your belief is one thing, but your thought is another, or your beliefs are so rigid and you're trying to break away from that, but you really don't know how. Like, you're trying to conform to society or make other people happy. Maybe you're trying to make other people happy in your life. And then so you have yourself in a situation like sort of between a rock and a hard place. So I feel that it is important for people to be looking at these things so that you can make decisions to do something new and different in your life. And then I'm going to use this example. So I remember, one time, I choose to know how many years ago this was. It was probably in, oh goodness, like 2010, maybe 2011. I choose to remember. And I was laying down at night to go to bed, and I was just worrying, and I had so much fear and so much anxiety, and my mind was just going and going and going. And I literally stopped myself. And I was like, no, like, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this anymore. And I just remember making like a radical decision that I was not going to continue doing that to myself, because it had become like almost a habit or a routine. It had become something that was so normal since I remember probably like high school, that I would lay down at night to go to bed, but then I would think about all the things. And I do believe a lot of people actually do this. And that's why I'm sharing, because I think that it's very common. And, you know, my other videos talk about this a lot, about the program and the matrix, and how, you know, a lot of us are programmed because of things that, you know, we've been taught growing up, because that's what our parents were taught, and that's what they were taught, and their parents, blah, 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 grandparents, great-grandparents. So we just get to let it be okay. But the beautiful thing is that the power is always in the present moment of now, and you can always decide to make a brand new choice right now. It doesn't matter what your age is or what you've been through and what's happened. And I remember that one night in particular, and I was like, I'm not going to do this shit anymore. Like, I literally just told myself, and then I was having the awareness like, okay, cool, that was easy to just shut that down. And so if that is something that you have challenges with, of course, I'm going to share a couple things here that you can do to support you. And then I'm going to get into some powerful truths about what I'm sharing about, you know, are you tired of breaking your own heart? Basically, are you ready to transform? Like, are you finally ready to do it differently? Okay. So before you go to bed, I highly invite and encourage you to maybe write down 5 things that you're grateful for, right? Or you can just think them in your head. But get into a place of gratitude and appreciation, and go to bed on that frequency. Go to bed with love in your heart, you know, with, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter what may have even happened in that day. Do your best. And so if you are one of those people that tend to lay down and, you know, monkey mind starts going at it, pray instead. Just start praying. Even if you require praying out loud, just get into a different mindset and shift your frequency by taking deliberate action. Like, start praying. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for XYZ. Thank you, God, for my house. Thank you, God, for this soft pillow. Thank you, God, for this soft bed. Thank you, God, for the food that I had today. Thank you, God, that I have, you know, AC in my house. Thank you, God, for, you know, your pet. Whatever that looks like. You can shift your frequency, though. You can shift your frequency. And sometimes it takes that. I even teach this in some of my other programs, that if you're in a place where your mind is like going at it so hardcore with a lot of fearful thoughts, it might even be causing you to experience physical symptoms if you're having anxiety. So you might even be having like sweaty palms, your heart might even be racing, your stomach might start hurting. You can do something physically to support yourself in snapping out of it. So you could like clap. You could clap really loud. I mean, make sure it's okay that you're doing that, but you can clap, you can snap, you know, whatever it looks like for you. You can stomp your foot. You can do something to physically just like cause your mind to shift, and pick one thing. Mine's usually a clap, but I've done snaps too. But pick one thing to support yourself, to where if it's going and going and going, that you then turn to something physical to then snap you out of that in your mind, so that your mind will stop on that track. And then you make a choice to start doing it differently right then. So affirming, decreeing, saying out loud, whatever that looks like for you. So that's what I would recommend doing. Also, meditating before bed is ideal. If you're not meditating already, I highly invite you to meditate at least once a day for sure. Affirming and decreeing, which I already noted. You can do deep breathing. So just take in some deep breaths. Like, you can breathe in for 4, hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 4. Or you can try 5 seconds, whatever resonates with you. There's also another breathing technique where you breathe all the way in and you hold it, and then you breathe in again. So it's a little short breath, and that actually helps your lung lungs expand a little bit more, and it calms the vagus nerve. Okay, the vagus nerve has a lot to do with digestion. It's like the brain heart connection, which is really important. So it's like you breathe all the way in and you let it come all the way in where you're completely filled up with air, and then you breathe in again, another little quick breath, which it won't be a lot because you're already so full of air, and then slowly exhale. So you can try that. I also recommend and encourage you guys that if you're not listening to a guided audio before bed when you're going to sleep, I highly encourage you guys to do so. And I will share one in the comments when we finish here. It's called the Universal Mind Meditation. I share this a lot because it's so powerful. I started listening to it, I believe it was like 2014 or something like that. I have listened to that thing so much. And in fact, I got away from listening to it every single night for a while. And on February 1st of this year, I recommitted, and I literally have listened to it every single night since February 1st. Like, I have committed every single night. I listen to it no matter what. Even some nights where I don't feel like it, my monkey mind tries to say something like, oh, I'm not going to listen to it tonight, or oh, I don't feel like it, or oh, I'm too tired, I'll just put the phone on the charger, or whatever. No. Every single night since February 1st, you guys, if you decide to do something different in your life, it's going to require a commitment. And a commitment means that you do it even when you don't feel like it. That's what a commitment is. A commitment's not, oh, I think I'll do it when I feel like it, or maybe I'll do it, or we'll see if if I'm going to do it or not. No, a commitment means that you are freaking, I was finna go at it. You're freaking committed, and you're going to do it no matter what. And see, I'm one of those people that I have a very strong mind. And when I make a decision about something, it's it. And I do that, and I prove to myself, I've built enough trust within myself to know that when I make a decision to do something, and I have a commitment to something, that I'm doing it no matter what. And that's why I have been so successful in my life in different areas, fitness competitions. If you guys have ever done a fitness competition, or if you've known anybody who's done fitness competitions, that is definitely not for the faint of heart or for a person who's weak-minded. It takes a very radical commitment for the nutrition, for the workouts, everything. Even being on stage and doing the whole, production as you're, competing or whatnot. So think about that. Think about your relationship with yourself, and think about the level of trust that you have with yourself. A lot of people do not have a very strong relationship with themselves in the trust department, which is why they tend to not reach their goals. So say, for instance, they're like, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. I'm going to start my nutrition regimen on Monday. I'm going to XYZ on Monday. Then Monday comes around, maybe they're going good for a little bit, and then somehow they fall off the wagon. Then all of a sudden they're like, nah, it'll be next Monday, or it'll be tomorrow, which is a lot of times it'll be tomorrow, which we know tomorrow turns into tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day, and usually doesn't even happen until maybe even another attempt on the next Monday. So I invite you to feel into that. What is your relationship with yourself, and how much trust have you built up with yourself? And if you have challenges in that area, you can start out very small, and you can pick one thing that would be somewhat, I would say, maybe easy for you, and also something that you really would enjoy, and that would also motivate you to complete the task, or to follow through, if you will. So if you pick something that's easy and that you're likely to do, and then you commit to it, and you say, I'm going to do this every day. It could just be as simple as, I'm going to drink, a gallon of water, or I'm going to, exercise every day for at least 5 minutes. I mean, anybody can do it for 5 minutes, right? Like, really get real with yourself. And if you can find something that's easy and that potentially you would enjoy doing, then that is a way that you can start to build the relationship of trust that you have with yourself. And as you begin to do those things, it becomes easier and easier. And then you can start adding in things that are a little bit more challenging for you that, maybe you do not necessarily enjoy doing, and you can always choose to make it fun and easy. That's something I teach in my courses as well, that how you perceive something and your mindset about something is also going to affect you, right? So whatever it is, I choose to make this fun and easy. I remember I had these clients that I trained in Houston. I think it was in maybe 2005, and it was a husband and a wife, and they were very interesting. I think they were like neurophysicists or something. They both worked at NASA, and they were really cool. They were just interesting, I guess. And sometimes it would be so challenging to train them because they wouldn't pay attention to what I was saying. Then they would start doing the exercises and their form would not be the best. And I'm like, dude, you're going to hurt yourself. It was a husband and a wife couple. And I remember sometimes just thinking in my mind, I would feel you know, not necessarily frustrated, but I would just be like, oh my gosh, you know. And I remember that another trainer told me this phrase, and it stuck with me. I'll never forget it. And I wasn't on the consciousness path or the journey that I am on now back then, clearly. And, but I just remember they said something like, you know, you can stand on your head for an hour, because, you know, the training session's about 55 minutes long. And the other trainer was, you know, motivating me and was like, dude, you can do anything for an hour. You can stand on your head for an hour. And so now sometimes that even pops up in my mind, that if I have something going on that may not be, you know, something I necessarily enjoy or that I'm really desiring to do, but it's required to get done, I ask myself, you know, you can do this. And I remind myself, well, I don't ask myself, I remind myself that you can do anything for an hour. You can stand on your head for an hour or something. It's just that phrase, and it makes me laugh, and it's funny, and it, you know, takes me back to that time in my life and how, you know, things were then, of course. And, yeah, maybe you guys can find some kind of little phrase or technique or something that supports you. So I'm just inviting you to start changing your mindset around certain things that maybe you always dread or you think is hard for you. Well, if you always dread it and you always deem it as hard, well, it's always going to be that way for you. And that's going to be your mindset or mentality towards it. And then is that going to be something you're going to look forward to doing? Is that going to be something that it's going to be easy for you to commit to doing? Not necessarily. So for example, I love to lift weights, right? I love resistance training. That's what I like to do. Go to the gym, lift weights. Not everybody enjoys that, and that's okay. So maybe you enjoy nature and you choose to go on a hike instead, or maybe you love to dance, so you choose to do a Zumba class, you know, or maybe you enjoy tennis, so you go play tennis. It doesn't have to be so strict and regimented. Back to what I was saying again, people keep themselves in a box. They're like prisoners of their own mind, and they're battling themselves. It's like they're at war and at battle with themselves. And you can make a choice to do it differently. It's all about awareness. And I shared that in another video, that 90% of your transformation is going to come from awareness. So I am conscious of being conscious is an affirmation I say a lot. If you really do take time to step back and look at what your thoughts are, and obviously, you know, like I said, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Your outer world, the stuff going on in your world is what's reflecting back to you. And it doesn't lie, right? Like they say, results don't lie, meaning whatever your results are, that shows how much effort you put into something. Results don't lie. You can't say that you're committed in this way, but then clearly you see, or anyone else can see that it doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. So start looking at what your choices are. And I know I've kind of gone more on a little bit of a different direction. The title of this video is, you know, are you tired of breaking your own heart? And so that's what I invite you to ask yourself. Maybe you have areas of your life that you require really taking a hard look at, a very good, hard, long look at, and also recommitting in certain areas of your life, really sitting with yourself on what are your thoughts and beliefs about certain areas of your life. Check out the other videos that I've done too this week. They're really powerful, and they're along the same lines of what I'm sharing here, and they might support you in some way because they get a little bit more into depth. So let me see really quick. Kimberly says she's on that journey now. Oh, I miss you too, beauty. I'm sending you lots of love. And she says that Oculus doing supernatural fun and really makes you work. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, what's up, Chris? How are you? Vincent, if you're still on here. So I'm going to talk about some powerful truths to remind you guys of, because like I said, a lot of people are still in the matrix. A lot of people have been programmed, and that's okay. Right? We're going to let it go. We're going to let it be okay that that's the case. At least you're awake now, or you're beginning to wake up, or you're beginning to become aware. That's what I'm here for. I am passionate about supporting people in remembering their truth and liberating themselves, because the way that you guys see me right now was not always this way. Okay. And actually, you know, at the beginning of the video, I was saying that my head had its ease returning, which is the conscious way of stating that I had a headache. Well, guess what? It's gone now. The headache that I had is gone now. Thank you, God. So I'm very grateful for that. And also too, because this is what I'm passionate about and this is what I love. So of course, you know, me getting on here and doing this video and sharing like I am has, you know, shifted my frequency. So that's real beautiful. It took the tension that I had, you know, there going on. Ease returned. And that's what I said. That's what that's what I mean when I say be aware of the words that you're speaking out into existence. You know, my head has its ease returning, and then I commanded that. Now the head, cancel on the head. My head is at ease. I'm grateful. So 5 powerful truths. Number 1, okay, you guys, this one's so common. I hear this a lot. I see this a lot. I see people post this a lot. You are not damaged and you are not broken. There's no such thing. Is God damaged? Is God broken? Is the ocean damaged? Is the ocean broken? Well, we know there's been oil spills and there's lots of pollution and stuff in the ocean, but that's not what I'm referring to. Is the sun damaged? Is the sun broken? You know, is nature damaged or nature broken? You are an extension of God. You are a soul, you are a spirit, and you're here having a human physical experience. So if you're an extension of God, then how could you possibly be damaged or broken? It just doesn't make sense. So go ahead and cancel out that belief. Cancel it out, clear it out, null and void, okay? You're not damaged, you're not broken, there's no such thing. You are already whole and complete just as you are right now. You just require waking up to the truth of who you really are, okay? So if you're there, I congratulate you. If you're on your way there, I congratulate you. If you're just now hearing some of this stuff for the first time, I acknowledge and congratulate you that you're here, because there's a chance. There's a reason that you're here watching this video. What I was going to say was nothing ever happens by chance. There's no such thing as a coincidence, right? So there's a reason that you're here. Everything's always divinely orchestrated. You're here now hearing these, powerful truths. If you require support, please reach out. So you're already whole and complete on your own already. And there's no such thing. So get that out of your mind. Okay. Go ahead and begin to tell yourself a new story that you're whole and complete already. You're perfect. You're a divine perfection, etc., etc. Begin to tell yourself a new story. And this, you might think that you are the bomb and you got it going on in all these areas except for one area. So maybe you have one area where you have some challenges, and then because you have that going on, it's like one bad apple spills. What is it? Spools. Y'all got this crazy accent. I'm being funny, but I have this country twang accent. So one bad apple spoils the bunch, right? I say spools because of my accent. And the truth is that I know it's funny, right? So if you have one area of your life where you're really at battle with yourself and you're really berating yourself and you're beating yourself up over, chances are, because you have that going on in that one area, that energy is spilling over into the other areas of your life that may be going good. So just like I said, null and void, cancel that out and start telling yourself a new story. I am whole and complete. I'm divine perfection. I am fit and healthy. I am lean and healthy. I am rich. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am thriving. I am successful. I am beautiful. I am lovable, etc., etc. Yeah, Kim says one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. That's what I was trying to get out. I appreciate you. Number 2, okay? Check this. Your outer representation is a reflection of your inner standing. So this is actually a quote by the beautiful Louise Hay, may she rest in power. Your outer representation, meaning your physical appearance, is a reflection of your inner standing. So whatever you're looking like, okay, go look at yourself in the mirror. She also talks about and teaches about, which I have in another program called the 21-Day Self-Love Challenge, is mirror work. And mirror work is so powerful that you're literally looking at yourself in the mirror into your own eyes, and you're repeating affirmations, and you're doing a lot of healing work that way. It's very, very powerful. I invite you to do this. If you're on this video or watching, catching the replay, when you get off this video or tonight before bed or whenever, go to the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm talking about close, and look into your own eyes, like right into your pupils. Okay. The black parts of your eyes. If you didn't know, that's the pupil. Look directly into the mirror and tell yourself, I love you, and repeat it over and over and over, and look and just keep looking at yourself. I love you. I love you. I love you. And just say, I love you over and over and over and over. Chances are it is going to cause you to cry. I remember the first time I did this, I believe it was in 2015, maybe 2014. And I remember, and I just started bawling, crying. And I realized that I had some more inner healing to do. So looking at yourself in the mirror, looking deep into your eyes, and repeating over and over the affirmation, or, the phrase, I love you, I love you, I love you. And you can even get further into that. I love you, I forgive you, you are beautiful, I love you. And there's a whole way of doing it. And of course, like I said, I have a 21-day self-love challenge where I incorporate the mirror work. So if you guys require deeper support in that, definitely let me know. That's just a side note that you guys can, support yourself in seeing what your relationship is with yourself. Because like I said, most people are literally battling themselves and they haven't forgiven themselves. And this right here is what's going to support you in really healing and transforming and being able to move forward and make new choices in your life. Because a lot of times the choices people are making are really just results of self-sabotage and like almost hurting themselves and beating themselves up in some kind of way, like doing things that are not necessarily their highest choice. So I'm sending you so much love, super positive, high vibes, and healing energy, because I have been there, my friends. I have been there, and I have liberated myself, which is why I'm so passionate about supporting other people and learning these things that I teach and doing this for yourself as well. So I'm sending you so much love, virtual hugs, and I appreciate you for being here, and I'm honored to share this information with you. So back to number 2, I already said that most people are in a battle with themselves, and you can forgive yourself. You can make a decision to see yourself differently. And I put it in all caps because I don't just mean see as in see with your eyes. I mean seeing into yourself as in your soul, seeing into yourself as who you are as a soul and who you are as a spirit. And that is deep, y'all, because each and every single one of us, we're in this meat suit. We're in this beautiful body, and we have, you know, a label or a name, right? You know, my name is Mandy. But I am not Mandy. I'm a soul, and I'm a divine spiritual being, and so are you. We all are. We are divine spiritual beings, and we are all divine perfection. So this is deep stuff, and I love supporting people when they work with me, especially with one-on-one coaching, getting really into this stuff. So one more thing about that is, honestly, we are all just 3-year-old little kids in grown-up adult bodies. We are all little kids in grown-up adult bodies. Most people are somewhere between the age of like 3 and 7. A lot of times, wherever a person experienced trauma for the very first time is what, oh Jesus, this man's gonna start mowing. A lot of times at whatever age a person was when they experienced trauma for the first time is like where they're stuck. Okay. But even if you don't look at it that way, we're all still just little kids in grown-up adult bodies. So that also can allow us to give grace and compassion to other people that are maybe, I'm going to roll up my window, that maybe are experiencing challenges, and they're acting a certain kind of way. Let's put it that way. And a lot of times, I've said this in some of my other videos, when a person is very angry and a person acts a certain kind of way, a lot of what that really is fear. It's rooted in fear. So that anger is really rooted in fear. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I could talk a whole nother hour on that. Number 3 is it's never too late to change, and you have the power inside of you to change because you are an extension of God. So therefore you have the power of God moving through your light vessel, and you can make a decision and a choice to change. You have the power. It's never too late. I say this a lot. It doesn't matter if you've been thinking the same thoughts, doing the same thing for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. It doesn't matter. You can make a decision at any point to do it differently. That is the beautiful thing about having a mind and having free will. God gave us free will for a reason, to allow us to make the decisions and choices in whatever way we choose. Hey, what's up, Jesse? Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so number 4 is it may not be easy, and it will be worth it. Notice I said and it will be worth it, because when people use the word but, it's then an excuse, right? So it's like something, 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 but something, something, something. And usually when it's but, it's like contradicting of the first part. So be aware of that as well. You guys, I'm full of wisdom. So it may not be easy, and it will be worth it. All right. I'm going to also let you guys know, what's up, John, if you're still on here, that chances are when you begin to transform and become the highest possible version of yourself, and you're choosing to deliberately do it differently, people are going to begin to say things. Your family, your friends, you know, oh, she's done gone crazy. She's this, that, you know, or maybe like you decide you're going to stop drinking alcohol. So then all of a sudden, you know, the people that you normally would go drink with and hang out with, you know, they have something to say about it or whatever. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The thing is you get to be aware that you are on your own unique individual journey, and that this life is your life for you to choose how to live it. So I'm just warning you that it potentially could happen. They might say that you're crazy, or like, why have you changed, or you're no fun anymore, or you don't ever go out anymore. Because the thing is these people are still, you know, in their way of being, and which is really, the whole thing is an illusion anyhow, but that's a whole nother video. Let them be who they are and continue on the journey that they're on. You now are deciding to make a new choice. Okay? So that's what I'm choosing to let you guys know. It may not be easy, and it will be worth it. It will be so worth it. It will be. Trust me. Kimberly says, Listen, those are true facts. Boundaries disturb people. Yeah, I love that you said that, because it really is all about healthy boundaries. And it's also being able to be enough in your own power where you are comfortable enough and you're in your power enough to speak your truth. And that's honestly one thing I have never had challenges with. Thank you, God and Mama, for the way that you raised me. I've never had challenges with speaking my truth. Throat chakra is wide open. I'm definitely in my power, which is the solar plexus, which is the stomach, which is yellow. And that's something that I don't have any challenges with. Now, I have clients that I support and have supported in the past that have challenges speaking their truth and creating, their healthy boundaries. And that's okay. That's just what you're here to alchemize, okay? Anything that you have challenges with, guys, you're just here to alchemize with love, transform it, transmute it, and then give yourself your highest choice. Literally, life really is that simple. And when you can start looking at your life like that, like maybe you had a lot of challenges in your past, maybe you had a lot of challenges in your childhood, maybe you had a lot of challenges growing up. And instead of looking at that, like I said, are you a victim? Are you a victor? And instead of looking at that with victim consciousness, oh, woe is me, and this, and that, and my mama did this, my daddy did that, blah, blah, blah. Instead of looking at it like that, why don't you stand fully in your power, affirm and decree, I reclaim my power and my authority over my life. And now realize that you can make a brand new choice to wipe that slate clean and change your perspective of your past. It's that simple. So whatever, you went through or whatever you didn't get when you were a kid, you're here for the opposite. So maybe you feel like you didn't get a lot of love as a child. Maybe you feel that your parents didn't love you. Maybe you never really felt loved. Well, guess what? Good news. That means that you are here for the opposite. So you will then, as you begin to transform, make new choices, heal, change your thinking, change your trajectory, change your frequency, then you will all of a sudden be in a place where you're just everyone's loving on you. You feel loved. It's like it's in your face loved. Honestly, like I could get real excited about it and go on and on and on. I'm just going to leave it right there because that wasn't what I was planning on saying, but I do appreciate you bringing that up, Kim, about the healthy boundaries, honestly. But then going further into that of realizing that we're here to alchemize. Whatever you're having challenges with, you're here to alchemize it. You are a divine spiritual being. You are a soul. You are a spirit. And you can make a choice to look at something differently. And you can choose to alchemize it with love. That's what alchemy is. Alchemy is literally changing it with the power of love. I talk about that a lot, that love heals everything. Love is all there is. Those are hashtags I use a lot. I think that was Joanne. Thank you, Beauty, for the care, for the love. I saw it go across there. So last but not least, number 5 is all it takes is you making a decision. The choice is yours. The power is always in the present moment of now. You can make a brand new choice. I could literally say that over and over thousands, zillions of times. And that was exactly what happened with me. I did a video Monday night. It was like a last minute thing where that wasn't even what I was planning on speaking about. And then all this stuff started coming through. So I shared about my journey, how I stopped drinking alcohol cold turkey over 6 years ago. And also too, how next month, which is June, how I have stopped taking antidepressants, and it's been 10 years. And I actually took them for 16 years. So I took them from age 16 to age 32. I got off them at age 32, which was in 2012 in June. So next month it will be 10 years since I got off antidepressants. You can learn more about my personal journey, hear more about that on the video on my timeline. If you just scroll down, I did that on Monday night. And then Tuesday night, I elaborated on it even further with how you can support yourself and having your own awareness with your own beliefs and your thoughts in areas of your life. And then cancel. Last night I took a recess, and then I'm saying that of course now I'm sharing further, and I wasn't even sure what I was going to share tonight. It was just, I had a couple things going on, and then all of a sudden this came through about, are you tired of breaking your own heart? And I was like, whoa, okay. I remembered, like, when that came into my awareness, I was like, yeah, I remember asking myself that question. And for me, that was a really freaking big time eye opener to ask myself. And I thought, oh my gosh. And I thought, wow. And then I just, and I thought about me as being a 3-year-old, little Mandy. I'm a 3-year-old little girl in a grown up adult body. And I thought, wow, And then these are things you can do. This is stuff I teach, like I said, in my programs and with my coaching to support yourself in healing. You know, there's lots of things. I want to get off this video though. I have plans with my mom. But the reality is, you guys, is that give yourself love and compassion. If you jumped on this video and you didn't catch it from the beginning, I do invite you to go back and watch this video from the very beginning. I shared a lot of powerful truths, wisdom, things that can really support you. Check out the other videos on my timeline. I also have a YouTube channel. I will put the link below here as well. I have a free Facebook group called the Emotional Detox Challenge. It is for females only. However, I do have a lot of the videos recorded on a private link on YouTube. So if you're a man and you require support emotionally detoxing, or you're just curious to know a little bit more about what it is and what it's about, send me a private message on Facebook and I will send you the link to all those videos, and you can start supporting yourself with like the teachings that I'm teaching here, but more in depth, and then things like homework assignments, if you will, to support you in digging deep and getting to the root of a lot of this stuff. I can't share everything in these videos. I'd be here forever, all night, talking endlessly. But the reality is I had that group since 2016, and there's over 1,000 ladies in that group now. And when I started the video, I said that it was going to be for ladies only. So I'm not going to go back. I'm going to keep the integrity of the group and only have females in there, for the simple fact of the things that were shared in the group by me and the beautiful, you know, souls that are in there. And like I said, if you're a man and you require support, and the other thing I choose to say as well is that a lot of times men, you know, you guys are taught to suppress. You're taught to not feel your feelings. It's not okay for you to cry. If you cry, you're a sissy. If you cry, there's something wrong with you. You know, be tough, be tough, be tough. And, you know, I apologize that for you, that has been your experience here. And that's also to a part of the matrix and a part of the programming. And I'm here to invite you to remember that there is freedom from that, and that crying and feeling your feelings is actually the key to healing and to transforming, and let yourself feel. Crying is very cleansing. It's a way of releasing. So I'm sending lots of love to every man who's on this video now and will be watching this video in the future. And like I said, I have these videos. I will love to, I would, and I do love to share. So I will send you a link, and you can begin to do some deep inner healing work for yourself. And if you require support, feel free to reach out to me as well. And then also, I'm going to post some information below about my next 2 programs that are starting on Tuesday, May 31st. So we have Memorial Day on Monday, and then on Tuesday, I'm kicking off a brand new program called the 21-Day Mental Diet, which is all about using your mind power to manifest and create. And I've been practicing some new manifestation hacks for the last like 2 to 3 weeks, and I actually manifested a very large amount of money within 72 hours. But it doesn't have to be about money. You can be focusing on manifesting other things: career, job, even a specific person, maybe a specific vehicle, a dream house, whatever that looks like. So it doesn't have to be about abundance, but a lot of times people are interested in learning more about how to manifest more abundance and more money, because money honestly is just energy. And you can ask yourself, what is your relationship with money? What is your beliefs about money? A lot of people grew up with lack, scarcity, and fear. There was never enough money, putting stuff on layaway, hearing phrases like, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, or we don't have the money for that, and all that kind of stuff. So if you have that kind of relationship with money, where you're scared to invest money because it's like, woo, you have that lack, scarcity, fear mentality, like I said, then this might be the program for you. So that one is starting on Tuesday, as well as my 4-week fast track transformation program, which is more fitness and nutrition. There's a workout app that has video demonstrations of the exercises. There's a nutrition plan that has an allowed and a not allowed foods list, very straightforward. It does incorporate smoothies. However, I've had people get really great results with my program without doing smoothies. Either they were traveling, or either they didn't like smoothies, or they didn't have a blender or whatever, and they still got really great results. So it's pretty easy to follow. Like I said, there's an allowed foods list. There's 5 different options. So it's not like, you know, just straightforward, this is the program, and if you don't do it, then you just don't do it. There's 5 different ways of doing it. Some people commit to doing maybe option 1 Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday they give themselves a little bit of leeway. I created the program like that specifically so people didn't feel so restricted. Okay. Also, you get support from me. Either program, you get support from me throughout the duration of the program through Facebook Messenger. Whereas a lot of people who have online businesses and programs, like you sign up, you get a link, you download it, and then like, where'd the person go? They're no longer there to support you, or they have some third party associate or whatever supporting you, and it's not really them. That's not how I operate. I I love what I do, if you can't tell. I'm super passionate about supporting other people and liberating themselves and transforming their life. So when you sign up for my programs, you are going to have me supporting you. So that's one thing I feel is huge, because obviously you require accountability and motivation and support, or otherwise you wouldn't be out looking for the support, if that makes sense. So it's not one of those things where you just sign up and buy it and then it's like, okay, good luck to you. No, not at all. So it's a really deep program with the workout, the fitness and nutrition, because there's a huge component of consciousness and mindset work as well. So it goes even deeper into, some of the stuff I'm sharing here, tonight, like healing and whatnot. So getting to the root of a lot of that stuff. So it's called the 4-week fast track transformation program. When I get off here, I'll put a link to some testimonial videos from some clients who have done it in the past, who have actually weaned down off of medications, healed their body from physical symptoms, meaning, whatever dis-ease they had going on in their body, obviously releasing body fat, transforming their mindset, moving forward, really, really powerful. Stop smoking, all kinds of stuff. Stop drinking, for sure. Lots of things that people have done with my coaching, and I'm so grateful and honored. So that's what's going on, you guys. I'm sending you so much love, super positive, high vibes, healing energy. If you resonate with the message that I'm sharing tonight, feel free to share this video on your timeline. Feel free to tag someone below, or feel free to just send it to them in Facebook Messenger if you choose. Also, make sure that you have your live notifications turned on, so when I go live, you will get a notification. You can jump on and tune in. I would love to see, you guys more often. If there is something you desire for me to share about on live videos, feel free to also send me a message in Facebook Messenger if it's about a specific topic and it resonates with me, and then I will do a live video about it for you, or for everyone, obviously. What's up, Giovanni? How are you, my friend? I appreciate the love. Thanks for tuning in live. So I'm sending you guys so much love, super positive, high vibes, healing energy. I trust you create an amazing day. Create an amazing Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy yourself. Be full of care. That's the conscious way of saying be careful. Be full of care. Have a great time. If you require support, I got those 2 programs starting on Tuesday, May the 31st, and I would love to support you if it resonates. So check out the comments below. Give me a second after I post this to put the information, and send me a Facebook private message and we can chat. All right? Mwah. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you, and I will chat with you guys until the next video. Mwah. Bye.